All right. What up, everybody? It's your boy, the Infinite Dragon, with here, and I have probably Magical with me as well. And welcome to what is probably going to be a long-running series for God knows how long, Hyperfixation Station. How you doing today, Magic?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. So, here's the deal. Here's the point. All right. So, me and Magic, and if you're in the Discord, you already know this. Me and Magic have been talking for a very long time about just getting together and just telling each other about our hyperfixations, right? Something that we just happen to be passionate about at that particular moment, yada yada, and just explaining why it is we like what it is that we like. And I know a lot of people on the internet are just like this. So you know, I just thought it'd be fun to put ourselves out there. You know what I mean? There are tons of things that we can do this about, especially with the good old tism that we both have.
Oh,
so
yeah, 10,000%. See, I need you to actually read Whole Cake Island because I don't want to give you any spoilers for that, but I can and will write a spirited defense of Blackleg Sanji whenever you want me to.
So at any point, we could probably just assign each other homework to prepare for our hyperfixation that we're gonna do. So I think that'd be just fine, so we can just understand where the other person's coming from. I think that'd be really cool.
Someone take this girl away. Wait, Zinnisecting, was that about me?
No, she stays.
I always stay. What was that about? I will defend Sanji with my life.
But yeah, so I'm being harassed. Okay. I apologize for you being harassed. That sucks, but we're gonna keep it lighthearted today. We're gonna go ahead and talk about my first hyperfixation. I am not counting Tom's the Tank Engine because I was a baby child, and I also am still not into that. So Sonic the Hedgehog has been a very strong part of my life. I would literally not be who I am today without Sonic the Hedgehog. I would not be an artist without Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic was the first thing I started drawing. And I used to own like the VHS tapes of Sonic X. I used to just take it and replay the fucking intro over and over again. Because that intro slaps.
I once begged my parents to let me buy an episode of Sonic X on iTunes, so like just the single episode because it was the episode with Team Chaotix in it. Yes,
Team Chaotix thing slaps too.
They are my favorite Sonic characters, other than Cream.
So, minor spoiler from my presentation, but there was a section in which I was just going to talk about the music that portrays Shadow. But I took it out because I am significantly more knowledgeable about art than I am music.
Valid.
So, but without further ado, let's get started.
Oh, are you going to share it to me on Discord too?
I am still setting up. Give me 3 seconds.
No problem. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how you decorate everything.
I didn't really. So the presentation is... The reason why we're doing the presentation format is because neither of us could be bothered to make a fucking video essay.
Yeah.
I just don't have the energy. I made this PowerPoint mostly while I was supposed to be working. When the caffeine hit my brain, and I was just like, I need to talk about this right now. So...
I need to talk about Shadow the Hedgehog right now.
Yeah. Okay. My cousin's first art was Nazo. Damn, I remember that cartoon. That was some... I didn't experience Newgrounds the way everybody else did, but that was some prime time early 2000s internet. All right.
I do not know what you guys are talking about. I don't know what Nazo is.
So there was a leaked image from Sega where they showed like this weird looking like hedgehog, and the only thing they think we had was the file name Nazo. So someone took that and made a fucking Newgrounds animation for Sonic the Hedgehog about everybody fighting this character. The only thing I really remember about it, is that it was very Dragon Ball Z, and fucking Sonic and Shadow fused to make Shattuck.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, here we go. Shadow the Hedgehog. I will give credits to whoever the places that I got all the art and everything from at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. So, who is Shadow the Hedgehog? So if Shadow the Hedgehog first debuted in Sonic Adventure 2, it was a very well-kept secret by Sega. I'm pretty positive they had exactly one trailer to show him off. But in terms of the story,
was that actually his first game, Sonic Adventure 2?
Yeah.
Was Sonic Adventure 2 actually his first game? I thought he was earlier than that.
No, Sonic Adventure 2 was his first game. It's not like Cream, where she showed up technically in Sonic Advance or Sonic Adventure before she was actually playable. Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 was his first game. He also had a very different look, as you can see by the concept art here. They had the whole entire like joke in the game, like, oh, Shadow looks exactly like Sonic, and like he doesn't, like, at all. He's a very different looking character. But if you look at this previous artwork, he does look a lot like Sonic. But in terms of the story, found by Dr. Eggman on Prison Island, hidden by Gun. He wakes up to tell Eggman about the Ark, which is the place that he grew up on, which is a space satellite, basically. And he tells Eggman that he can use the Eclipse Cannon to take over the world. But all of this is actually a manipulation by Shadow to use the Eclipse Cannon against Earth. Hedgehog racism, indeed. Used to use the Eclipse Cannon against Earth for his revenge. When he first meets Sonic, our main character, he basically just kind of writes him off. He doesn't really think too much of him, but like as he interacts with him more and more, he gets slowly impressed by Sonic. Him just living his best life. He gets frequently reminded of Maria. He remembers his promise to Maria, the actual promise to Maria, and he ends up dying at the end of the game.
I do have to say, with that other picture, I like the one with the little like bob. I think the one where like it sticks out at the bottom is cute.
Which
like
one?
The design where he's kind of got like the little like flippy like pixie cut almost. I think it's cute.
What I find interesting is that Shadow was always supposed to have like the air like hover shoes that he has.
Oh, nice.
So like if you see like in the designs of the three on the like the rightmost, the top right, the rightmost, and the bottom left, he's always supposed to have the air shoes. So he's always supposed to skate around.
You can tell in those designs, though, that they didn't have the fucking soap sponsorship yet.
Was the art supposed to be basically like Death Star? It was basically the Death Star, yeah. Does he not have jet shoes in later games? He always has those.
They don't all have the curves for the soap shoes, though, so they grind on rails.
Right.
Because those were real shoes.
Yeah, those are real shoes. You can still find them on like eBay and stuff. Oh, you can find recreations on Etsy.
There's ads for soaps in Sonic Adventure 2. It's very funny.
It's especially if you didn't know that, and then you play the game knowing that it's an actual ad. You can see the ads for soap everywhere. You know, I'm actually surprised now that I think about it that they haven't gotten more sponsorships. Like, you're surprised there's not like Nike sponsorships or Puma sponsorships or something.
Yeah. That is kind of curious.
All right.
I can find a pair for like $100 online. Jesus.
Well, I mean, they went out of fucking business, so yeah, it makes sense that they're expensive. Yeah.
Every ad for them is like from the 90s.
So, Shadow's character, in terms of Sonic Adventure 2, is that he's generally unbothered by most things. He doesn't really react like he's not like a reactionary character like Sonic is. Like Sonic would go, oh, you turned into a big time doctor. Like he's generally just like, okay, whatever. I think the best example of that is probably you gotta go fast. I think the best example of Shadow's reaction to stuff is when Amy finds Eggman, Rouge, and Shadow on like a gun military ship and runs up and hugs Shadow because she mistakes him for Sonic and goes, oh, you're not Sonic. And all Shadow does is turn around and just like stares at Amy and smirks a little bit and then just turns around like that shit didn't just happen. He's generally unbothered. His character in Sonic Adventure 2 is also very confident, but he's never overconfident. He never like overestimates himself. He just kind of like looks at everybody else and just goes, nah, I can take you.
He knows what he's about.
He knows what he's about, right? He looks down on Sonic in a way that's like he kind of just goes like, yeah, this hedgehog Yeah, he's the hedgehog, but he ain't me though. I'm him, but he's not him. He's not. I was literally built to be that guy, and Sonic is not that guy, right? He pretends a lot of the time to not care about people, but he very much does. But I think the main thing that's probably the most important to his overall character is that he just misses his best friend. He very much just misses Maria. And I also want to point out that Shadow smiles a lot in Sonic Adventure 2. Any iteration of him to this fact, with the exception of Heroes, where I can note that he smiles exactly once, he does not smile all that often. Generally never. I think I can, off the top of my head, he only smiles in Forces after they beat everybody. And then in Shadow the Hedgehog when he's being an edgelord. But he smiles a lot in Sonic Adventure 2. Like, he's just... You can tell that his confidence has made him very confident in who he is as a person. And I like that. I want to see Shadow smile. I wonder how much harder it would be to grind without a skateboard or sip shoes. You can try. You can try.
Definitely hoping for like a significant end of storyline like smile for the third Sonic movie.
Yeah. His smug aura mocks me. Yes, he's very smug, but he's not like I said, he's never like he's putting himself above people, but it's not like he's putting himself way above people. And I really want to emphasize that he's confident but not overconfident. Right?
He's confident but not cocky.
Right. Give me a second to pause the music. So this is the first scene, or I don't know, what do I put here? Okay, right. So.
Oh yeah.
So this is the scene in which I wanted to point out, in which Shadow is trying his best to not give a shit, but he literally cannot help himself, right? He also has a very, what I would describe like a very accurate depiction, as far as I'm aware, of PTSD. And I want to pay attention to how he acts before he has the PTSD moment.
This is Rouge. I've got a small problem. I can't believe that I'm trapped inside this locked safe with a Chaos Emerald. I guess I won't be able to call myself a treasure hunter anymore.
Right? So there are a few things that I want to point out about this, right? First thing, Shadow hears Rouge going, "Oh fuck, I got captured." And he goes, like, he starts smirking, like, "Ah, look at this loser. Oh, got fucking caught. Can't trust anybody. Gotta do it yourself," right? And then he starts having flashbacks to Maria and a very real like sense of PTSD. And I can only imagine one thing going through his mind, right? Shadow was built to be the fucking ultimate life form. Specifically, he was built to be the cure to all diseases. Maria has what I'm just gonna call space AIDS, because I don't remember what the fuck it is. It's the fucking it's a neuro fucking nerve shit that stops her nerves from working. Eventually, which is basically what AIDS is. So she has space AIDS.
God.
So his little inception was made to help cure her and cure all kinds of diseases. Until Gunn found out about this, or the government got a hold of this. I'm not sure if it's Gunn specifically, but the government got a hold of it and be like, "We want a weapon, make us a weapon." And so he was meant to be both, but specifically his purpose was to save Maria. And so in this moment, he has this Batgirl, but this girl going, "Oh fuck, I'm going to die." And then he starts having PTSD going, "You didn't save her.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't save her. Look at what you done. Look at what you let happen. You didn't save her, and now it's going to happen again." And he starts freaking out and he goes, "Oh shit. Oh, I gotta save her now, don't I?" Right? So I think that is probably one of the more important scenes of Sonic Adventure 2. And it's very understated. Like, you could very easily miss that. We're gonna have a weird glitch going on here with the the power because it's just gonna try to start again.
No, honestly, I did
Yeah.
not remember that scene at all
Yeah.
until
Yeah,
until I saw it now.
It's a very like understated scene, and it's very. You can say what you want about the.
Right, boys. Mondo cool.
You can say what you want about the overall Sonic stories, but I think what's more important than the Sonic stories themselves is the character writing. The character writing is fucking
Yes.
awesome. Man, it'd be kind of cool if they call back to it in later games. I know it would never happen, but it would be cool. If we continue getting Ian Flynn as a writer, it might actually happen. But here we are. We're talking about Sonic and Shadow. Let me go ahead and. All right. So Sonic and Shadow are it's supposed to be like a dynamic, right? Sonic
Narrative foils.
Narrative foils. He's literally a lancer to Sonic, but Sonic is the type of character. Well, both of he's supposed to be like a dark mirror, right? When Sonic Adventure 2 was made, I think it was Izuka that was in charge of it. Izuka wanted this to be like an exploration of morality, which is why you can play as Team Dark. You can play as the dark side. It wanted to be an exploration of morality. So we have the good side and we have the evil side. But Shadow was always kind of meant to be an anti-hero. And I'll explain more about that like later in the PowerPoint, but do they have to be, in order for this to be like a thing for Shadow to be anti-hero, he has to be similar to Sonic. And I think in both cases, Sonic and Shadow will both do whatever they think is right, whatever the consequence is. Sonic very easily could be a fucking villain under different circumstances, but because his morals are what they are, he's always the hero, right? They're both very sassy. Sonic tends to taunt his opponents a lot more, while Shadow tends to talk down to his opponents a lot more. But they're both very sassy. But the difference between them is that Shadow will take extremes where Sonic will not. Sonic is very much about giving other people a second chance, which is why he never like stops Eggman permanently. However, you can see this in Shadow's gameplay. He would just straight up there are like 4 endings in Shadow the Hedgehog where he just straight up kills somebody.
Fuck yeah.
Like there's the ending where he kills Sonic. There's an ending where he kills Black Doom. There's an ending where he fucking kills Eggman. There were like 3 endings where he just fucking kills them. Sonic would never do that. In fact, I think even in that game he goes, "You can use guns if you want to, but I'll never be caught dead using one." And Shadow does, because why the fuck wouldn't he? But the important part is that their main difference is that Shadow will go to further extreme than Sonic will. This is Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, I think it's crazy that like you would never see that today. Like there would never be a Sonic the Hedgehog game where Sonic would like legitimately die in it, like in any reality currently. It was crazy that they just got away with shit like that back in the day.
In that game, Sonic actually says "damn." I will make reference to that much later in the PowerPoint, but he goes, "Damn, they got away." But yeah, here's a good video. You might have actually remember this, Magic. I was told you by your government name. You might actually remember this because I actually showed this to you before when we watched Sonic and Tails R.
Yeah.
Stop losing focus. The entire world is at stake.
Chill out, Shadow. Eggman's not even close yet.
Perfect illustration of their characters.
Yep.
You're losing focus. We need to take this shit seriously. He's like, "Man, I've been saving the world since I was 6. It's all good. Don't worry about it."
Stop
Giant
losing
explosion.
focus.
Also, we said, I mean, he also dies in 06, but that shit isn't canon. It's not canon, and also it's temporary, because he gets kissed by a human lady and brought back, whereas, like, at the ending of Shadow the Hedgehog, one of the endings is legitimately Shadow wins and kills Sonic, even though, like, none of those endings are canon.
So my problem with 06 is not that Sonic kisses a human lady. It's weird, but it's not the first time it's happened. Sonic was originally going to have a human girlfriend named Madonna, so that's not that strange to me.
Most old like mascots had a
human girlfriend or
sexy
some
human pinup woman as like
so that's not
their girlfriend for some reason.
I'm gonna call everybody out. If your problem with Sonic 06 is that he gets kissed by a human lady, that is you are basic. That is the most basic take of that game ever. Anyway, here is an introduction of Shadow in the Sonic Prime TV show, which is mid. I like parts of it.
Gay ass fight scene.
No, it is not.
Ah, damn. 'Cause I remember you showing that to me, and I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah, no, they didn't. It was very much sex fighting. I don't know why they did
It was a homoerotic as hell.
that.
So, I know what you're thinking. Sonic has a twin brother? Well, no. This guy right here is Shadow, and he's kind of my biggest rival. He's also a real buzzkill. And by the way, he roller skates.
They're air shoes.
Shadow?
What did you do?
What did I do? Eggman's the bad guy, remember?
You literally shook the world.
That's because I'm good. And powerful, apparently. Jealous? Maybe my winning disrupted your brooding. Or is it
What the hell is
That's
this?
a word, right?
You need to stop, Sonic. And listen for once.
Perfect introduction.
Sonic Prime? Who the fuck is voicing Shadow? I know that person.
I know who's voicing Sonic. I think his name is Devin Mack or something. I don't know who's voicing Shadow though. But yeah, Sonic Prime is a show. But that's a perfect introduction to Shadow. My problem with Sonic Prime's Shadow is that his main prerogative in the show is to beat Sonic's ass for no fucking reason. Like Sonic will literally be minding his own business. And actually, in this very scene where he gets introduced to him, Sonic is on his way to stop whatever Eggman's doing. But Shadow gets in his way and goes, "What the fuck are you doing, Sonic?" And I don't like that interpretation of the character, where he's just out to whoop Sonic's ass because he doesn't think Sonic is good enough. Like you're part of the problem. But other than that, perfect introduction. Hey, you're not doing a good enough job. You're not taking this seriously. And because you're not taking this seriously, things are going to get worse. Take this seriously. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Okay, I don't know who that actor is. I don't know why I think I know who that voice is, and I think it's because I think he sounds like Haru from 50% Off, the like free parody on YouTube.
Ah,
Did you ever watch that?
I did not.
We have to watch that together sometime.
Uh,
What's up, sluts? Guess who just got back from prison? Like, it's so good.
So Shadow is violent, right? He was literally made as the ultimate life form and the ultimate weapon. And on top of that, he was made as the trump card for the Black Arms. The whole entire point of the Black Doom working with Gerald Robotnik was to give him some of his blood. So they have a Shadow is basically their passport onto the planet Earth. They wanted to be able to go onto the planet, but they needed some kind of like foil in order to get in onto the planet. And Shadow was that foil. Shadow is literally the Black Arms passport. On top of that, while you probably remember the scene in Sonic Adventure 2 where Maria is trying to get Shadow outside of the Ark by putting in the escape pod. The escape pod gets captured by Gunn, and Gerald Robotnik gets captured by Gunn as well, and they force Gerald to continue working on Shadow while they're on Prison Island. And so while all that is happening, Gerald starts brainwashing Shadow and starts messing with his main memories to go, ooh, you want revenge so bad? Ooh, humanity sucks so much. Ooh, you want to kill everybody. Which is why he has the whole entire thing. So Gerald literally messed with his memories on top of that. So that's why you see like this edgy version of Shadow, because he was literally brainwashed to be edgy. That's like half of this character is him being a fucking edgy, right? And then of course there's the other half of him being compassionate. I mentioned it earlier, but I mentioned it before, but the other part of him is that he's literally meant to cure all diseases. By design, he is inherently compassionate. Like, you can't, like, his literal purpose was to be born to save one person and then save other people. The real promise he made to Maria was to give humanity the chance to be happy, right? I mentioned earlier he had the PTSD with Rouge. He hears Amy's plea on the Ark in order to help save everybody when everybody's trying to fight the Bio Lizard, and he starts remembering what's actually happening. He remembers the real promise he made. So yeah, by base form, like his literal base being, and I would argue like the real Shadow is compassionate as fuck. Like he can't help but be compassionate. That's why That's why he has the PTSD with Rouge. Like, he literally cannot fight who he really is. And this is an excerpt from the Archie Sonic comic, in which he's trying to figure out. He has like a little plot thing where he's trying to figure out who he is, and there's like a little disc that explains everything, right? And he figures it out, and he goes, "I am Shadow the Hedgehog. I am the union of ideals, both dark and benign, but ultimately built in the name of love. I am the ultimate life form. I am the protector of Mobius. Run home to your master and tell him this is who I am." And this is fucking perfect. It's great.
I love Knuckles in the background, like, oh shit.
Oh fuck.
It's like, fuck, dude.
So like this, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the. This is the Archie Sonic was based on the old Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, Set AM cartoon, where Eggman had like a whole entire like sidekick named Snively, I think it was, and this is Snively now, and basically I don't remember what's happening specifically in this comic, but he came to fuck shit up, and Shadow was just not having it. He's about to fucking kill this dude.
Not fucking Snively.
Yeah, Sniffle. What a terrible name, right? But he's meant to be like a
no, so bad.
He's one of those loser villains that you love.
No.
So in Shadow the Hedgehog the game, so basically he dies in Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Heroes happens that brings him back, but they don't really talk about Shadow at all in that. And then Shadow the Hedgehog the game happens, right? And I want to talk about why he starts using guns as from a design aspect. What happened between Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog is that Takashi Iizuka took a break, right? And he took a break to play some video games that he didn't get the chance to play because he was working, right? And one of the games that he played was Jak 2. Do you know anything about Jak and Daxter?
Jak 2, you were telling me about this. Jak and Daxter was like a cute, funny, like mascot game series.
Yeah, mascot platformer.
And then Jak 2, he gets like kidnapped and tortured for a decade, and then it's just like, I'm fucking edgy now.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Literally, so Jak is a mute character. He has Daxter, which is like his witty, like mouthy sidekick, whatever. He does all the talking for him, right? And then in Jak 2, after he gets tortured, Daxter comes to save Jak, and Jak's literal first words is, "I am gonna kill Praxis."
God.
It's like it's the edgiest shit ever, and Takashi Iizuka sees that and goes, "Oh, that's kind of cool." But the whole entire thing with that is it's still like an action, like it's still like a platformer collectathon thing, but he uses guns in that. And Takashi Iizuka goes, "I want to do that for Shadow. What if we also had a morality system in that game to explore Shadow's morality?" Because this is a good song. Can you hear the music?
Yeah, I can.
It's so good. This is a good song. But he basically goes, I kind of want to explore Shadow's morality more. And that's the whole entire reason why there's the thing. The literal basis of Shadow the Hedgehog is, who is Shadow the Hedgehog to the fans, right? Is he is he an evil villain? Is he a superhero? Is he somewhere in the middle? You decide, right? Which on paper is not the worst thing. I like that on paper. The problem with that game is that nothing makes sense and it's very poorly executed.
No, yeah.
It's I mean, you were there when I played some of it. Like nothing ties together for any reason whatsoever. It's very, very badly executed. But basically,
no, I played that game myself as a kid. There's no rhyme or reason for 90% of it.
Yeah, like you go to one level to another level without any rhyme or reason for being there, and you start listening to people when you wouldn't listen to them because you literally ignore the decisions. There's no reason for any of it. But I think the actual overall point of the game, or the conclusion of the game, is actually a good one. Shadow, because the game is a fucking mess, he can't make sense of the past. There's a lot of information he's getting from lots of people, lots of things that he learns about himself that are all true and some that aren't true. He literally can't make sense of any of it. And so he just goes, fuck it. You know what? There's only one thing I know for a fact that matters to me. It doesn't matter if I'm the real ultimate life form or if I'm an android. I know for a fact that Maria was important to me. And I know that the promise that I made to her was important to me. So that's how I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live by my promise to Maria to protect humanity. And so he then becomes a character that lives by a code. Now, in terms of characterization, characters that live by a code, such as, for example, Batman, see the world in black and white, right? There's the right thing to do and there's the wrong thing to do. And that's why Shadow will go to extremes where Sonic won't. For Sonic, there's a lot of gray areas and everything. He just kind of goes like, whatever, it's fine. I stopped you once, I'll stop you again. Whatever, it's fine. Well, Shadow was like, if I don't do this one thing, you're going to do it again. And that's not okay. I'm not abiding by my promise if I let this continue. So I have to stop it. Right? Makes perfect sense. And then we get Shadow in Sonic 06. The game is not a good game, but this is the best Shadow writing we have ever gotten. His characterization is actually fucking perfect in that game. He gets an amazing villain known as Mephiles. I don't know why he wasn't used in the actual Shadow the Hedgehog game. He's way better than Black Doom. We get some good movies.
The better design too.
Exactly. We get some good moments with Omega and Rouge. I've mentioned this before in my Discord. Link to that is in the description down below. If you want to join, it's completely free. But some of the Sonic mandates that have the current comic run have it so Shadow has to abide by certain rules. And one of those rules is that Shadow doesn't have friends. And there is a lot of evidence that specifically refutes that. It makes no fucking sense. And Sonic 06 is one of those things.
Yeah. It's literally that fucking, like, the introduction of Knuckles is like, unlike Sonic, he doesn't chuckle, and then he chuckles immediately.
Yeah.
The first thing he does is laugh at you.
Yes, he punches, alright, that's cool characterization right there. The first thing he does is punch the Super Sonic out of Sonic, and then laughs at you and steals the Chaos Emeralds and runs. Fucking excellent. Love it.
Fucking love Knuckles.
He's great. Anyway, so there's a moment with, so in Sonic 06, right, they get sent, Shadow and Rouge get fucking blasted into the future, right? We don't know how long in the future, I think 200 years in the future. Everything's fucked up. And Rouge and Shadow find Omega. And Omega's all like fucked up, covered in dust, and Shadow checks his programming and goes, he's in standby mode. I can't take him out of standby mode, so I guess we just have to leave him. Alright, whatever. And then he starts talking to Mephiles. Some shenanigans happen and Rouge leaves. And Mephiles goes, ooh, Shadow. The people, you get incarcerated in the fucking future. And it was humanity that did that to you. And Shadow takes a second. He goes, oh, fuck. Humanity did this to me? I've done nothing but try to protect these assholes. What? And Mephiles is like trying to like fucking emotionally manipulate him so he can get what he wants. And Shadow has a good moment there. I'm gonna literally play it in a second, so I'm gonna skip past the actual resolution of that for a second. But we get to a point later where we find out that the reason they were able to capture Shadow, because Shadow's the ultimate life form, he's not gonna go down without a fight. The person who put Shadow in that fucking capsule was Omega. And when Shadow figures that out, he actually takes a second, and he's shocked by it, and he visibly looks hurt, like his feelings are hurt. It's very badly portrayed because that game is fucking ugly. But he takes a second.
Friends.
Because they're fucking friends, Sega. They're fucking friends. He takes a second. He uncrosses his arms. He gets shocked. He visibly looks hurt by the fact that Omega was the one that did that. And there's a moment after that where Rouge goes, man, this is bullshit, man. I can't believe they do that to you. But Shadow, know this. And even if the whole entire world is against you, know that I will always be on your side. And while that's basically saying, hey, Shadow, no matter what, I'm gonna be your friend, dog. I got you, fam. I'm your ride or die.
That is like we are besties, dude. Like,
yeah. Now, Shadow doesn't say much. He goes, he didn't say like thank you or anything. He goes, I understand, and then kind of walks off because he's got to be an edgelord. But yeah, he basically said, hey, man, I got your back. And he goes, thank you, I appreciate it. And to which I say, why'd they do this to them? Why'd they give him the best story in the worst Sonic game? I'd actually argue that Sonic 06 is not a good Sonic game, but it's perfectly fun. The actual worst Sonic game is Sonic Forces or Sonic Boom. But
I'm curious, what's so bad about Sonic Forces?
It's boring.
Because I've heard good things about it. I thought I heard good things about it when it first came out.
Let me put it to you this way. I was going through all the Sonic games. I continue going through all the Sonic games this year. But closer when I first started streaming, I went through all the Sonic games. Link to that is actually on my channel. Go check out my channel. The playlists are there. Go watch those. But basically, Sonic Forces was so boring. We had Logan as my co-host, and both of us was just kind of sitting there, not saying anything because it was so boring. There was nothing to talk about. The game was playing itself. No characterization was going on. It was very boring. And I had to apologize for playing that game by playing Sonic Adventure, a good game. I
do love the part, like, I've seen some people play Sonic Forces, and I do love the part at the beginning where they're like, they've been torturing Sonic for months. It's like, what the fuck?
That's not what happened. They changed that in the English. Yeah, in the Japanese version of that, he just goes, oh, he's been captured for 6 months. We don't know what to do. But, like, they localized it as saying he's been tortured for 6 months, and then you see Sonic and he's fucking fine.
So fucking funny. Because it's so out of nowhere. It's just like, what?
Because I thought when that game happened, we were going to be like, oh, fuck. Shit, classic Sonic's here so Sonic can get his mojo back because he's been tortured for 6 months. And, like, no, he's fine. Nothing has changed. But we're not talking about Sonic, we're talking about Shadow.
Hell yeah.
Shadow's characterization in Forces is fucking just... I understand, but I don't like it. It's not done very well. We'll get to that in a second. But before that, let's look at the clip that I was talking about.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
So, decided to void your return ticket now, did you?
Why are you here? Did you ruin this world?
The answer's yes and no. Perhaps it's better to show you. Yes, that's you.
I had an intrusive thought, and my brain was like, put a vine boom in there.
By Iblis's flames, what do you think happened? A search for the guilty. Who did this, you may ask? Humanity wasn't just jealous of your power. They feared it.
Look at him, he's
They
hurt.
used this incident as an excuse to hunt you down. Come with me, Shadow. Let us punish this foolish world of humanity. It's only fair to give back what was intended for you. You have every right to want justice.
That's absurd. Whatever it is you want to do, you can do it alone.
You forgive humanity this folly, then?
I determine my own destiny.
Fucking excellent. Fucking amazing. Also, the song slaps. Why the fuck didn't you listen to that thought? Because I had it just now. This is not... I obviously have reviewed this before I was going to share it with you guys. The thought only happened just now. Otherwise, I would have had the soundboard ready to fucking pop up. Come on, next one. And this is much later that was basically in the middle of the game. This is much later in the game.
Oh yeah, slime. He's holding that stick like he's taking a selfie.
The whole entire time I was playing this game, I was calling that a dildo.
Oh god. He's turned into lean.
It's destroyed.
absorbed your power through your shadow in the past. What may have worked 10 years ago no longer does.
I should have given flashing lights warning.
You must realize now that you cannot hope to stop me with your limited power.
So you say.
It's futile. The world will betray you. Why fight at all? Why risk your life
the way they
for
animated
those who
talking.
persecute you later?
I love it, actually. It's creepy, and I love it.
Become my enemy. I will fight like I always have.
That's such a raw line for Sonic 06.
It's so good! I also want to point out in terms of power aspect, the him removing his limiter rings on his gloves was technically not canon until this, because it showed up first in Sonic X. It showed up first in Sonic X as some anime bullshit, and then they made it canon by putting it in here. It's so fucking good. What do we got next? Okay, so now we got why is fucking Shadow a parody of fucking Vegeta and Batman? Right? Oh. I fucking Twitch censored the word cock. The only thing I remember from Sonic 06 is the name of Mephiles telling Silver he's a beta child. I played that game pretty recently. If you, like I said, if you wanna check that out, it's on the archive channel.
Have you seen the Sonic 06 live, like, fan dub?
I've only seen parts of it. I've not seen it in full.
Okay, that's what that was from. It's like, that's because you're a beta cuck.
Yeah, I know, like, this is where we get tilted at the towers.
I say that all the time, just apropos of nothing. Like, it's like, oh, we're tilting at the towers.
This is my gamer pad. Yeah, I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen it in full. If you guys want me to react to it in full, you know what to do. Hit the like button and tell me in the comments. Anyway. So Shadow is it's seen as like a very like a watered down like Vegeta and Batman, and it's because he is an anti-hero and he's a lancer to Sonic. Now, I want to point out that the term anti-hero doesn't actually mean anything until you define what is a hero. And what is a hero is only defined based on what is popular at the moment. For example, Batman as an anti-hero is technically an anti-hero, right? But that's he's only an anti-hero in comparison to Superman. Superman is meant to be the all-American good old boy. He's just doing good things for the sake of doing good shit. Well, what makes Batman an anti-hero is that Superman will probably just stop the bad guys because he's strong enough to stop them. He doesn't have to like hurt anybody to do it. He can just literally he can just stop you, right? Batman is a normal ass dude. He has to whoop your ass, right? So in order to stop you, in order to get the information, he's just gonna beat you up a little bit, right? So in context of Superman being a hero, Batman is an anti-hero, right? Now, in context of characterization, Sonic the Hedgehog is already an anti-hero. Because Sonic, what I think people tend to forget or may not even know, is that Sonic is actually based off of Mario. Sonic's literal inception was someone was playing, I don't remember what their name was, but someone was playing Mario and we're trying to speed run Naruto. They're trying to get to the end of the first level as fast as possible, and then they went, this would be a great idea for a game, and then got together with two other people and made Sonic. right? So he's literally, and then I'm sure I don't have to tell you about the fucking ad promos and shit that they did for him, where, oh, look at Sonic. Sonic blows the fucking pants off of Mario. Look how cool he is. Sonic is an anti-hero to Mario. So now we have to make an anti-hero of an anti-hero. So now we got to think of Sonic in the context of a hero, and the way that Sonic is that he already does what he wants to do. He already does what he wants to do. So we have to make Shadow even more extreme than Sonic, because Sonic was already the extreme of Mario. Now we have to make Shadow the even more extreme of that.
Way past cool.
He's already way past cool. So we have to make him way past edgy. So it makes perfect sense. On top of the fact that Shadow is a Lancer, and for narrative purposes, a Lancer is supposed to show the difference between himself and Sonic, or the main character, rather, to highlight why the hero is the main character. You know what I mean? So, in some contexts, a Lancer is literally there to make the hero look good. For example, with the case of Vegeta is only there to fuck up so Goku can take the dub. They get better with it later on in Dragon Ball, but that's basically what Vegeta's purpose is. Vegeta is there to not get the dub so Goku can't, and it's very frustrating to see. But stuff like him being like a watered down Vegeta or Batman happens because he's not written with any nuance.
Yeah.
This song is so
he's
good.
written with he doesn't have any friends, edgy the hedgy.
Yeah, he's not written with any nuance. And then Shadow shows himself as overconfident, and it makes sense because he's the fucking ultimate life form. You were literally created to be perfect. Why would you not be overconfident? It makes sense, but based on his characterization in Sonic Adventure 2, he's not like that. He's a very smart character. Oh, I know. I'll go run up to Rouge. Rouge is the Chaos Emerald. I'll just teleport us off the island. It's about to fucking... That kind of... You know what I mean? He's a very smart character.
Kind of like a Flanderization of the character. Like, it started with, nuance and characterization, but when everyone started to know it as, oh, he's just the edgy Sonic, it just wore down to that one character trait.
I think when whoever started becoming the writers for... from Sonic Colors onwards, I think it's actually it's actually been pointed out by the writers that they didn't know anything about Sonic the Hedgehog, and then when they became the writers for it.
Oh damn!
So everybody kind of became a parody of themselves. Like Sonic's kind of a parody of himself, Tails is a parody of himself, which is why he has that really shitty moment in Forces, etc., etc. So there is, which is why I'm excited that Ian Flynn is writing him currently, but we'll get to that later. But basically the reason why we get Shadow characterized is because he's not written with any nuance. So that's kind of where his stereotypes come in, because if you're literally writing on a surface level, you get the stereotypes, right? And I'm going to talk about a moment that happens in the IDW comics, which I think if you're a fan of Sonic, you should be reading. In any form, shape, or capacity. I think you specifically, Magic, would have two characters specifically from the comics that you would enjoy quite a bit, because for one, they're just very fun characters, and two, they're gay. But to set the stage for a second, in the IDW comics, the first arc happens off the heels of Forces, and basically Eggman comes back. And he makes a fucking virus that turns everybody's DNA into you know how in the Sad AM comic everybody got fucking roboticized, he turned everybody into robots. It's like that, but it's like a virus. Very unfortunate that COVID happened basically immediately after this arc started. But yeah, that's basically what happens, right? The first person, the first or second person to get infected by the metal virus is Sonic. Which gives a very fun juxtaposition of him trying to save everybody, but he can't touch anybody, because if he touches somebody, the infection spreads to them.
Oh damn!
he basically it's written off as Sonic can metabolize the virus fast because he can run fast. So he's trying this whole entire time running and still running, and he doesn't have any sleep. He's getting fucking stressed out. Everybody's becoming fucking zombies. He's still gotta run. He can't sleep because if he sleeps, he's gonna turn into a fucking zombie. A zombot they call him. And then Shadow pulls up. It has this fucking line where he goes, where he's trying to save people. He pulls up to save people, and he goes, "Hey," Sonic goes, "Hey, if you happen to get infected for whatever reason, just run it off." And he goes, "Fucking cowards run, I win," which is people very much didn't like this because it very much showed the fact that he was being poorly written, and you could tell that the writer, being Ian Flynn at this time, was strained by the mandates. Do I have the mandates next here? Okay, no. So we're gonna have a little fan dub here of the comics. Again, I'll credit everybody at the end.
That art style for that cover is really
Sonic,
nice.
You should read the comics; they're very good.
It used to be a major merchant hub, dazzling jewel markets. That all came to an end when Eggman tore it up while trying to take over the world. But its citizens stayed strong. After Eggman's defeat, and with the help of the Restoration, they began to rebuild. But Eggman returned, and with his metal virus unleashed, Sunset City may be doomed. And just when I was planning on helping myself to some five-finger discounts, oh well, Rouge out.
Anybody out there? I can't help if I don't know you're there! It's bad enough fighting these zombots makes the infection spread faster. I don't need to get grabbed by them too.
Sonic! Up there! They've blocked the door! We can't get out!
Get ready to run! I'll clear them out! Yeah!
Hostiles are resilient. Heavier ordnance may be required. All Eggman robots must be eliminated.
Whoa! Hold it, Omega! These aren't your usual mass-produced badniks. These are innocent people transformed by the metal virus. They shouldn't be on your revenge list.
Is this a robot?
Well, I mean, it seems like it.
Was it created by Eggman?
Technically, but...
Destroy all Eggman robots.
I fucking love Omega.
Origin are irrelevant.
Well, at least they seem too hardy for him to really damage.
Hey, Blue.
Rouge!
Send everyone to the Grand Gold Flicky Hotel. We're organizing survivors there.
Got it! Step lively, folks. Head for the big hotel at the end of the block.
Do we have time to thank the robot for saving us?
Exterminate! Exterminate!
He's the type of guy who doesn't need thanks. Now, everyone go straight to the hotel. While I plow the way clear.
I saw another wave coming from the east. Get your officers to guard the rear so we don't get surrounded.
Yes, ma'am.
Since when did you start giving orders?
I can't live comfortably in high society if there's no civilization, now can I? So, 3 things. First, thanks for coming. Second, don't touch me. And third, how are you doing?
Meh. Running from crisis to crisis is keeping it in check, but every hit I give or take makes it worse.
So, manageable?
Sure, we'll go with that.
I can't say the same for the city. This is a sloppy assault, even for Eggman.
That's because he's not controlling them. He can't.
Oh, well, isn't that just marvelous?
Where's Shadow?
Picking up transport for the survivors.
Really? I didn't know he cared.
Every person not infected is one less zombot to deal with.
Help! They're right behind us!
Grab my hand. Oh, nope. Think, man, think. One touch and you're not saving anyone. You'll only make it worse.
Whoa.
More are coming, and they aren't following any kind of plan. Don't let your guard down. Gotta keep up the pace. I'm not losing another one of my friends to this mess. What are you doing? We've got to keep the zombots away from the hotel.
Too many targets, not enough bullets. Enemy is advancing from both directions.
Both directions? I see him. Hold the line here.
Acknowledged. Creating a wall of bodies.
Not what I said. What the?
wife is making me love Omega. I've never had like two thoughts about Omega before, but this is like really funny.
There you are. What's the matter? Couldn't find a bigger one?
Shut up.
Easy. I was kidding.
This is your fault. If I had destroyed Eggman in Windmill Village, none of this would be happening.
Some creep called Starline made him evil again. Nobody could have seen that coming.
Excuses.
Yo, I'm dealing with it too. I'm infected. See?
It's what you deserve.
I'm gonna go take care of my infection. Thanks for bringing the truck. Don't let the Zombots touch you.
I know.
If it happens, you should be fast enough to run it off like me.
Cowards run. I win. Omega.
Shadow.
Safeguard the truck while Rouge oversees the evacuation.
Considering truck and refugees will be the Zombot's primary target, this will bring additional targets to me. Orders approved. What will you do?
Fucking love him.
Eggman's army. What else?
Hello, Morganite.
Keep it quick and orderly, people. Get cozy. There's only so much space.
Advance, so I may shoot you.
Darn it, Shadow, you're being reckless.
Resilient. But so am I.
The Doctor's metal virus can't infect the ultimate life form!
Whew! That was entirely uphill. I'm not used to getting tired. I guess being constantly on the move is starting to take its toll. Charmy, Cheese, Chocola. Who knows how many others around the world? Just because some bozo did the wrong thing doesn't mean I didn't do the right thing. Mr. Tinker deserved his second chance. Anyway,
Mr. Tinker is
I don't have
Eggman.
time to be introspective.
Okay.
Better get back there and save more folks.
That's impossible.
Shadow, run! We'll hold things here.
I don't run.
That's not what I mean. Omega, give Shadow cover fire.
Negative. Targets advancing too rapidly. Sustained fire required to protect truck.
Amy, this is Rouge. Do you copy? Send whoever you can to Sunset City now. The situation just went from manageable to disastrous.
Check your fire, Omega!
Sonic! We need you over there to handle Shadow.
Handle? I think you're the only one he listens to. I get it now. Handle. Is it my turn to say I told you so?
Also, Morganite, yeah, that was a fan dub of the official IDW comics.
Yes. So, a few things here.
Why do I love Omega now?
Fucking, so Omega is characterized in the Archie comics very similarly. And I think my favorite thing about Omega is that Omega in the Archie comics has a crush on Blaze because Blaze sets shit on fire.
That's amazing, actually.
It's fucking great. But few things here. So he mentioned if I had destroyed Eggman beforehand, right? There was a point in the comic where Eggman forgets he's Eggman and basically becomes your favorite type of character of just a guy who is just kind of a dad.
I love just a guy.
He's just a guy. He's just a guy. He's just kind of like a loser. He's just kind of a loser dad guy, right? And
Guy
Sonic,
you could find at any microbrewery.
sure, yeah. He's just fucking he's just kind of minding his own business, helping people around in the community that he happens to be in, building shit for him right now, right? Shadow finds him, he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill this dude. He fucked up the whole entire world in the Sonic forces. And Sonic is like, dude, he's not even that dude anymore. He has fucking memory loss. A lot of us have confirmed it. He's fine. Relax. Into which, they have a little fight and goes, blah, 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 whoop de whoop, blah, blah, blah. Which is what that first panel was when I first showed Sonic in Shadow, where Sonic is like, hey, if I give people second chances and there's a reason for that, You chose to do the right thing. If Eggman can't choose to do the right thing, does that mean that you're also not worthy of doing the right thing? Should I take you out along with Eggman? Is that what you want? So with
by his
that
own rules.
with that very sound logic, Shadow goes, fine, whatever, right? And then he comes back and he's pissed and he goes, this is what happened. This is what happened when you didn't do what I suggested that we do, right? So look what happened to you. You're fucking everything that happened beat you in the ass. Well, I was able to, right? The thing that people have a problem with is that Shadow here is like, I don't run, I fucking win. Grr, blah, blah, blah. I'm fucking cool. And I would like to defend the writing here. They wrote this very specifically for two reasons. One, Shadow had to be written out of this comic because he would just win.
Yeah.
Right? Like he would legitimately just win. There's no the reason why the zombie virus affects him at all doesn't make any sense because he is literally the ultimate life form. He is very correct.
I was literally about to say, didn't we establish that like he can cure all diseases? Like
yeah. So
5 minutes ago.
He's very right in the thought of I should be fine fighting these things. I can't get infected. I can't get sick. Period. Right. So the fact that infects him at all makes perfect sense. That he's that confident. So that makes perfect sense. That's not even out of character for him. What is a little bit out of character for him in terms of writing, not necessarily in this case. I'm going to defend it in 2 seconds. But what people have a problem with is that he goes, "Oh shit, I got infected. I'm not going to run this off. I'm going to keep fighting here." And I would like to defend that point. We saw him literally in SA2 have PTSD because he didn't save Maria and was about to lose Rouge. Someone he doesn't actually care for in that moment, I don't think. He does eventually care for Rouge, in my opinion, but in that particular moment in SA2, he does not care for Rouge. It's just some person he's working with. But he still has PTSD. So the reason why he goes, I don't run, is probably more on the fact of him going, I can't run. I can't abandon people when they need me.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I said, that him running would go against his code. So he can't run. And so if he can't run, obviously his response to this is, I'm just gonna win. There's no problem if I fucking win, is there? So they characterize him in a very specific way here, and I'm sure it was very, very hard to write around, given the mandates. You don't need to watch it again. Speaking of the mandates, let's look at those for a second. Excuse me. Yeah, fucking, I got infected with the fucking metal virus for a second. But, so Ian Flynn has stated that out of all the game characters, Shadow has been given the most notes and guidelines regarding how he should portray it. And it got to the point where Ian Flynn has stated that he is less incentivized to write for Shadow at all until Sega eases up on his grip on it. Excuse me. Fortunately for Evan Stanley, Sega has indeed eased up on his guidelines as of 2023. Now, I also want to point out that given this statement, Ian Flynn is writing a 3-episode, I'll say episodes of quotes, I don't know how long they're going to be, episode tie-in to Sonic X Shadow Generations for when that comes out, called Dark Beginnings. So if he's writing for Shadow, that means they eased up on him and that he can actually do some cool shit with it. And now we already saw how he was characterized in the Archie Sonic, and that's amazing. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
But Shadow's original portrayal in issue 19, which is the issue that we just saw, he was originally going to remove his inhibitor rings to fight the Zombots, but Sega vetoed that. In a secondhand statement made on Reddit, led fans to assume that Shadow's infamous Vegeta-like personality in this issue was also mandated by Sega, to which Flynn said, no, that's not what happened. He was always going to lose due to his own arrogance. Which I guess makes sense given the way that it was portrayed. It just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It's he deserves to be portrayed better, but I guess it makes sense. I don't like it, but I will defend that point. I understand why they did that to him. And later, when everything's said and done, there's a point where Shadow is reflecting on his actions and his faults on what happened during the Metal Virus arc, and he's literally like, everyone's like partying and like are very happy that the fucking Metal Virus is over. Basically, they beat COVID and they're partying that COVID's over, right? But Shadow doesn't go to this party. Rouge comes to check up on him, right? But before that happens, he has a very brief moment of introspection, which literally means that he's brooding. You know, like Batman. So originally he was gonna have this this dialogue out loud, but Sega asked it to change it so there was internal, which sucks. That sucks, Sega. Stop that.
Yeah, Sega is and does a lot of things. I mean, they have been for forever. It's infamous that Sonic games don't play well and are weird.
Yeah. And here we go with probably my least favorite version of this, because this could have been amazing, but it's not. And this is when Shadow comes in, it kicks Infinite's ass. Hilarious, that's my name, I know. It kicks Infinite's ass, and then this is when Infinite has his character arc of becoming a fucking.
I did honestly think that your username for a while was named after this Infinite.
No, my name comes first, actually.
Yeah, I know that now, but I did originally think that you were named after the Jackal character in this game.
When I played Sonic Forces, I made you have certain characters or certain like what do I want to say? Animals that you can be on, and so I tried to make my character as close to Infinite as possible. And just be like, Sega stole my OC. Okay, what the fuck?
That's so funny.
But this, I'm just gonna play it, and then I'm going to do a little fun exercise in fan fixing. I'm gonna fan fix this this moment because it kind of.
I love fix it fanfic.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite genre of fanfic.
Hey, you! You know you can hear me. You're captain of Squad Jackal, aren't you? Your squad was useless. Go clean up their mess already!
Yeah, I got it. You destroyed my squad. I'll show you why they call me the ultimate mercenary. Take this! What?
Worthless. Don't show your pathetic face around me ever again.
What is that voice?
I'm shaking. Me. Afraid. Pathetic. Me. He's calling me weak. No, I am not weak. I'm not. I'm not weak. I am not weak.
All right, that's enough. We're not going to focus on it. So I don't like this portrayal of Shadow. It very, very easily could be fixed if you just change the dialogue a little bit. There's a scene later where Shadow's talking to Infinite, and Infinite's like, Shadow, we meet again. And Shadow's like, who the fuck are you? And I don't actually mind that because he was so insignificant to him. Why would Shadow remember? This is just another guy, right? I like that. That's fine. I don't like the way, but because of the way he's portrayed here, of like, you're fucking pathetic. So much stroke. My talk is massive. Because of the way he's portrayed here, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. And I think if they just portrayed it slightly differently and made it so you decided to work with Eggman and you became a threat to the planet. And because you became a threat to the planet, you got put on my hit list. If you ever try to do some shit like that again, I won't give you a second chance. And if they wrote it that way, would have been fire.
Yeah.
Would have been fucking amazing. Instead, he's just like, I'm so fucking cool. Oh my God.
They know he's cool, but they don't remember why he's cool. You know what I mean?
Like they completely forgot how the sauce was made.
Yes, exactly.
It gives the same fucking vibe. You just change the dialogue slightly. Just stop making him think he's Shadow is the coolest, but he should not think that he's the coolest. He should just be the coolest.
They started out with like pasta sauce, and then everyone went, "Well, ketchup and pasta sauce both have tomatoes in it, right?"
Now it's pink sauce.
God.
And I think another reason why Shadow's portrayed the way that he is that Shadow was originally in Sonic Adventure 2 was supposed to stay dead. So like this is the moment. I think they anticipated him being a popular character and bringing him back, but originally he was supposed to stay dead. He was not supposed to come back at all.
They gave themselves an out in case nobody wanted him back.
Yeah, right. I think on top of that, because they didn't like they suspected it, but I guess they didn't anticipate it. So they didn't know what to do with Shadow. Because if you remember in Sonic Heroes, right? In Sonic Heroes, he doesn't do anything. He's just back. He comes back. He, Rouge and Omega form a team and they go fight Eggman, and that's the end of that. Nothing happens from that. Nothing comes of that. They fight a Shadow android, but not really. It was just on the ship that they happened to destroy, and he sees that and he goes, "Oh wow, that's kind of weird. I feel all existential and I feel feelings," and then they don't talk about it. At no point does Rouge explain who Shadow is and what happened before they found him. No one explains anything to Shadow. However, hold on. I actually got to come out of the PowerPoint for a second to show you this because I didn't add it in. I'm just sending this.
I'm going to take. I'm gonna call intermission. I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Quick intermission. We'll be right back.
Didn't take my phone with me. Didn't see that until right now.
Okay. All right. Now we're back. Hello. All right. So what I wanted to show was that in Sonic Heroes, exactly one cool Shadow characterization moment happens, and it's when they're about to fight Team Sonic. Hi. Oh.
Welcome back.
No, it's not fucking. Oh, okay. No, that's my fault because I muted the tab. Please. You saw me hit the thing.
I did see you hit the thing.
What the fuck?
There we go.
Look, it's that hedgehog.
Wonder what the big rush is all about. Bet you those guys will end up getting in my way and making trouble.
Hey, isn't that...
Sonic! Talk about being stubborn and full of surprises.
Long time no see, boys. Too bad you had to come all this way for nothing. We'll take it from here.
What'd you say?
Sensors locked on Eggman. Non-compliant intruders will be destroyed.
Didn't you know? We have a date with Eggman, too.
Is that so? Well then, it'll be a date to die for.
Hey, that's my line.
Look at him. He's smug and he's talking shit. Where's that at?
That little smirk.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. Where's that at? Bring that Shadow back. All right. But
also, Sonic, that is not your line. You wouldn't have told him he was gonna die. Be for real.
So this is what I hope for Sonic Sonic Shadow Generations, right? This is being recorded before the game drops. And what I really hope for that game is that it explores Shadow's compassion, because we get to see how cool and edgy and fucking he destroys shit and he uses guns and shit. Oh, how amazing, right? Can we talk about how he cares about people? Can we stop pretending that he doesn't care about Omega and Rouge? Like, even in Sonic Forces, he's going to go find Omega. He wants to go find out what happened to Omega. Something happened to Omega, he's going to go find him. Now, that would make perfect sense that if he didn't care in terms of a writing aspect, if he just worked for Gun. But they have now retconned that he worked for Gun. So, if that's the case, what the fuck is Shadow going to find Omega? Other than the fact that he cares about him. Right? I'm just saying, Sega, make it make sense. Black Doom has been confirmed in the game, so let's explore Shadow's morality again. Why not? Let's show why he's different to Sonic and why that's okay that he's different from Sonic. Or at the very least, explain to me or give me a valid reason that he is the way that he's currently written instead of the way that he was before. Because we didn't get a character arc on why he's changed, why he's fucking Batman / Vegeta. Like, we didn't get a character arc on that. He just is that way.
No, yeah, exactly. Again, they replaced the pasta sauce with ketchup. They were just like, these are made of the same ingredients, right? It's like, no.
Yeah, like if you could explain why it is the way that it is, I'd probably be able to accept it more, even if I didn't like it. If we're going back through Shadow's past, I want Memphis to Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee.
I'll bring back Mephiles and have him do some fuck shit. Especially in the context of Sonic 06, where time traveling was inherent in the game. Wouldn't it be crazy if Mephiles was like the big bad of his campaign? Like, ooh, I'm fucking with you from beyond the grave. Ooh, go through your past. Ooh, it's all fucked up and shit. Ooh. But what I really, really hope for is specifically is that I just want more Shadow games. Like, we have exactly one game where Shadow is the main focus. And technically, even this isn't the case.
Sega, we got a Zelda game with Zelda as the main character, and we got a Peach game with Peach as the main character. I am demanding an Amy game right now.
What would you want an Amy game to play like?
Fun.
That's not specific enough. What do you want an Amy game to play like?
I don't know. Whatever they want it to. If it's not like her levels in Sonic Adventure 1, I'm fine.
As long as
levels
you
in Sonic Adventure 1 sucked.
As long as it's not what she plays like in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. As long as it's not that, I'm cool. That was awful. Good lord. In conclusion, my point is that Sonic the Hedgehog, the franchise, does not belong to Sega. It belongs to the fans.
Yes.
And
I agree with that in most cases of any media.
So let's take something more, like, way more popular than Sonic the Hedgehog. Harry Potter. It is okay to like Harry Potter. It is not okay to like J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling is a piece of shit. However, Harry Potter, if you grew up with Harry Potter and you like Harry Potter, it is what it is. And I think in a lot of cases, the fans understand way more what Shadow is about than Sega does. I think Sega doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. And if I could borrow your voice for a second to read Amy's lines, but before that, these are all the people whose stuff I used. Lemon Eyebrows is doing the comic that we're currently looking at the left. And Mario did the comic on the right. Emmy did most of the stuff for got the voice actors to do that short clip at the beginning. Adrenaline Dubs did the comic dub. Christian Whitehead is just more proof that Sonic fans know what they're doing more than Sega does, because he's the reason why we have good ports of the classic Sonic games, Sonic 1 through 3 and Knuckles. And as well as he spearheaded the operation for Sonic Mania. I know you didn't care for that game, but Sonic Mania is an amazing game, and he's the reason why it is an amazing game. T-Lopes did the soundtrack for it. And then we have just contests in general, like Sonic Amateur Games Expo, where people who love Sonic games get together for a showcase of all the games they made just inspired by Sonic, or Sonic Hacking Contest, which is the same thing, but with Sonic ROM hacks. Like, this franchise does not belong to Sega, and the only reason we still buy these fucking games is because Sega happens to have the IP. That is the only reason. But if I can borrow your voice so you can read Amy right here.
I just read the comic on my own, and I can tell why you want me to voice Amy.
Yes. Let me get the music real quick. There you go. Go for it. Hey.
Are you saying hi to me?
Yes.
Oh my god, hi bestie, how are you? We never get to talk, just you and me, Shadow. Where do you disappear to all mysterious like? I gotta know.
Never mind. I have changed my mind. Goodbye forever.
And then he walked away.
Yeesh, he just left after saying that?
I missed my chance, Sonic. He reached out to me. I could have fixed him.
Like,
You asshole. I know exactly why you explained that.
and I just say, because Amy is the one that got Shadow to open up on the arc, and she's the reason why he went to go help fight the Biolizard. I like the idea of Amy in Shadow just hanging out, being besties. Did you play or did you see anyone play the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog?
I saw people play it like right when it came out. I don't completely remember it.
So that game is it's Amy's birthday, right? And
yeah.
they're all doing like a whodunit murder.
He's like a barista or something in it, isn't he?
He's a key.
Shadow is.
He's a keysmith, I think. He's a locksmith.
He's like got an apron on.
He's a locksmith, I think. But
yeah. He looks like he works at Starbucks.
Everyone. So I wanted to point out that Shadow went to her birthday party.
Yeah.
For one, Shadow went to her birthday party. For two, he got her a present. Do you know what her present is?
I actually don't know.
So on the Twitter I'm explaining this by explaining something else. On the Twitter takeover that they did, Shadow accidentally outs himself as a Taylor Swift fan, which I think makes perfect sense. But the way that happens is that Amy starts singing the Taylor Swift song, and then Shadow starts singing along, and he goes, "Oh fuck, oh no." But in reference to that, Shadow gets her concert tickets to her favorite band. And he got her 2 tickets, and Amy's like, "Oh my god, we can go together." And he's like, "Fine, let's all go." And it's fucking amazing. I love that. I love the idea of them 2 being just friends. They go out for margaritas on fucking the weekends.
No, 100%.
And this comic on the right here is a comic by Mario. I don't think you can find his their username anymore, because I tried to find it on Twitter and they're not there. But this is based on a line that happens if you fail the hero mission in Shadow the Hedgehog, where you're chasing like the spaceship, right? And you're supposed to destroy the spaceship before it gets away. But if it gets away, Sonic will go, "Damn, they got away. Don't worry, I'll go after him." And over here, Shadow's like, "Damn, is that something cool to say? Should I start saying damn?" But yeah, that's it. That's what I got here.
I do have to say, talking about Shadow and Amy being friends, they definitely have like the platonic version of he asked for no pickles. Like,
I don't. Oh yeah. Like, excuse me, he asked for no pickles. Amy, it's okay. No, it's not. You didn't want pickles.
We don't have to. We don't bother them.
There, I've pointed this out before, but I believe that Shadow 100% is just an introvert. And the reason why they portray him as edgy is because edgy is cooler than just being an introvert, but he's just an introvert. There's also evidence to say that Sonic is actually an introvert too. But that is a topic for a different time. You did good. I learned a lot about Shadow. Does anyone have any questions while we're still here? Do you have anything you want to bring up? I again almost just dropped your government name, Magic.
No, I don't think I have any questions. I think you explained everything pretty well. I kind of hate the idea of like the mandates on having very, very specific character traits and never being allowed to change them.
Okay, what does the Master Emerald do?
I have no clue.
So you played Sonic Adventure 2, didn't you?
Yes, but I don't totally remember what it does at the end. I just know it gives him like superpowers.
Okay, so the Master Emerald is literally the controller for the Chaos Emeralds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's been pointed out in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 that the Master Emerald is literally like like a remote control for the Chaos Emeralds. Sega has made a mandate about what the Master Emerald does, and they have made a mandate that says it doesn't do anything more than another Chaos Emerald.
What? Why is it called the Master Emerald?
Who fucking knows? Do you know what? You know what's hilarious? Ian Flynn got that mandate, and he goes, "Okay, what does the Master Emerald do?" And he didn't get an answer.
Jesus fucking Christ!
It's dumb as fuck. There's also like
ridiculous.
There's also like the whole entire thing where like they have a mandate where Sonic can't cry or no Sonic character can get overly emotional, quote unquote.
What?
Yeah, it's awful. Given that he had
toxic masculinity, let Sonic cry.
Let Sonic cry, bro. Especially during that fucking the hair raising tension of, oh my god, all of my friends are zombie robots and I'm going to turn into a zombie robot. What the fuck do I do? Let him cry.
Let him experience an emotion about that.
Given that he had the ultimate life form, how was he able to tap into the Chaos Emerald just like that? Was he made from them, or was he just able to do it? I don't think we actually have an answer on that. I think he just is able to do it. I'm going to say it probably has something to do with the fact that Gerald was using the Chaos Emeralds to make him. But Black Doom has been shown using Chaos Control, so maybe he can use the Chaos Emeralds. I think maybe very technically anybody can use the Chaos Emeralds because the Chaos Emeralds can quote unquote turn thoughts into power, and Shadow just happens to be very good at it. So maybe that's the case. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. If anyone knows, be feel free to answer in the comments. But yeah, I guess this is the this is the end. This is the first one. This is number one. I assume that when we come back, it'll be Magic's turn to explain her hyperfixation to me.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I literally have a PowerPoint, like a blank PowerPoint pulled up on my computer. I pulled it up while we were doing the presentation. I'm like, I need to make that Sanji presentation right now.
Yeah, so what ended up happening is that for I don't know, I would like to do this like once a month. However, I know that real life is not that simple. I only had the motivation to do this as it was, because this is supposed to be a Kaiba presentation. That was the first one I was going to do, and here we are talking about Shadow. I literally just had a moment where I drank a bunch of coffee and I was at work and I'm like, I need to talk about Shadow the Hedgehog right now.
I totally forgot this was supposed to be a Kaiba presentation.
Yeah,
I just fully accepted that it was Shadow.
Yeah, no, this was supposed to be about Kaiba, and here we are not doing this. So, but yeah, here we are. But yeah, I think that'll do it for me for now. I might, depending on how fast this uploads, I might come back and stream some Kingdom Hearts. But for now, we're going to raid out into Pudgy. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. I don't know how I want it. Maybe I'll make this for members only, so that way they'll see it. Maybe I'll give you guys a reason to be members. So hit the like button. Pedro's playing Castlevania. The raid hashtag will be Edgy the Hedgy.
Edgy the Hedgy.
But yeah, I might see you in a little bit. Everybody take care. Join the Discord. It's free. It's in the description down below. And thank you, Magic, for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
All right. Play Sonic games. Goodbye.
Play Sonic games. Bye. Love you.
Fuck you, Sega.